Hello, enJOYment tribe. I'm thinking no meeting tonight, no live meeting. So I'm making this recording now. I'm going to splice it all together as the day goes on. But I came across some cards of mine that are just such perfect reminders. So I'm going to go through some of these today, and I know Jules loves talking on camera, by the way. I hope that you just take in the information. So when you take in information that feels right for you, breathe it in, you feel it in your body. The feeling is the most important thing. You can think all day long, but unless you actually have the feeling associated with it, then it doesn't do too much. So this one is, I trust the guidance of the universe. And on the back it says, trust that everything you need to know is being revealed to you in the perfect space-time sequence. Trust that everything you need to know is being revealed to you in the perfect space-time sequence. So even just repeating, I trust the guidance of the universe. I trust. And then, after you sit with it, you feel it in your heart. Maybe you even imagine what that is for you. You release after that. The release is really important too. I welcome the miracles into my life. Be open to miracles today. You will experience a miracle each time you decide to let life love you a little bit more than before. I welcome the miracles into my life. Be open to miracles today. You will experience a miracle each time you decide to let life love you a little bit more than before. That's one of my constant mantras that I always go back to is I love life and life loves me back. And it's such a great mantra to bring into my heart and feel it and release it, and then really be open to the day. Release the worries and release just the things that cause tension, and try to create more space by knowing that life loves me. I love life and life loves me back. So that one, I welcome miracles. Deepak Chopra teaches the mantra, I choose the miracle. Like in every moment, we always have a choice. I choose the miracle. And be open to how that unfolds in your life. And of course, this is a practice. So you might feel the release of tension as you work through this today, but also as you bring this into your daily life, you're going to see it reflected back more and more as you adopt it as a lifestyle or integrate it as a lifestyle. I express my love. And it says, be a friend to someone today. Help them to see by your actions that life loves them. So this goes along with what I talk about all the time is releasing the need. I mean, all of us come together because we have this desire to help and to be helpers. But sometimes the way that we want to help might not be helpful because we're trying to push our ideas onto somebody, especially when it comes to yoga. We're like, oh my God, we love yoga. The practice works. Like, my body is stronger. It's more flexible. My mind is clearer. My heart is open. I feel more creative. I can step into my purpose more. And so we want to share that with everyone by pushing them to do yoga. But really, what it's about, like I always say, is being that, right? So that way you radiate that. And people, when you radiate love truly, when you radiate naturally love and compassion, then that's where you give another permission to do the same. That's where that permission comes from, because you just are that. And so then maybe the inquiry comes of what are you doing that makes you feel so peaceful? It's an opening to be able to talk about what your passions are, So your being is the invitation. And then, of course, helping another when you can, when someone is in need, and you can genuinely create the space around helping, whatever that is, then do it, because that's why we're here on earth, is to help one another, So maybe you can donate to a cause, or maybe someone that you actually know is in need. You bring them a meal, or you bring friends some flowers because that they've been feeling kind of just not themselves. Even a text, sometimes I go through my texts and the people in my contacts, and I message people that I'm thinking of them and that I love them. Instead of just being a thought, I actually act on it. And that's a nice way to, to help. It usually comes at the perfect timing, divine timing. Let's see. Love is my teacher. Love is my teacher. Think of someone you care for deeply. Ask love to show you how to make your relationship sweeter and more loving. Wow, I love that. Love is my teacher. Think of someone you care for deeply. Ask love to show you how to make your relationship sweeter and more loving. Ask love to show you the way. And then be open to the answer and being flexible and allowing it to evolve. That's really beautiful. And we know that our yoga practices allow us to sit in our hearts so much easier than thinking our way there or not doing the practices. I like that. And take a breath with that one. Allow love to show me. Allow love to be the teacher. That's beautiful. You guys will love this one. I love being me. I love being me. And it says, stop trying to be so normal, quote unquote, normal. Be more of the real you. Show the world who you are. Show the world who you are. Again, by just being you. You don't actually have to, do anything crazy to get attention, but just be you fully, and keep on doing that. Keep on taking the steps to be you and to be that loving light that I know that you all feel the pull to be in this world that you are. So be that. Also, I'm not sure if you all saw the post that I made the other day about a retreat. I am going to make that call today and see what dates are available and the logistics behind that, because it is, oh my God, the place is gorgeous, and I can just imagine being in that space with all of you. And the response that I got from that one post was really, it was really awesome. I would just love if we could all get together that way and do some yoga and meditate and, share in all that love, in that spaciousness, in that space of, freedom and timelessness. Bless you. Another card, I am willing to forgive. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself. It allows you to release the past. Go to your mirror and say, I forgive myself. I forgive everyone. I forgive the past. It's pretty powerful if you stand in the mirror and you do some of this work. When you look in the mirror and you say, I love you to yourself, really look yourself. It's uncomfortable. It's something that we do we talk about, and it's a homework assignment in the in-person immersion weekends that we've had in yoga teacher training, is looking in the mirror, looking yourself in the eye, saying I love you, saying it over and over again, and feeling the discomfort that comes with that. It's awkward and weird, but eventually it becomes normal, and you're like, I love you, and you feel that. I can look at myself and say I love you, and I do that when I notice myself not being so loving toward myself, or if I'm beating myself up about something and I need to forgive myself, I look in the mirror and I say, I forgive you and I love you. I forgive you and I love you. It's okay. I forgive you for having those thoughts, those guilty thoughts, or, beating yourself up. I forgive myself over and over and over again. And when I forgive myself, I'm able to forgive others. I'm able to come into the present moment, which is where everything happens. Ram Dass, be here now. That's all that there is, being here now. And that's what these practices do, is bring us into the present moment, in the most loving seat that we can possibly live in. I am lovable. I am lovable. The less I love myself, the harder it is for others to love me. The more I love myself, the easier it is for others to love me, and for me to recognize how loved I am. Deepak Chopra talks about saying this to ourselves. I am love. I am lovable. I am loving. I am love. I am lovable. I am loving. I am whole. I am holy. I am love. I am lovable. Say it to yourself. I am lovable. That's a gift. You are lovable. I mean, if you think about, if you have a child, if that child came to you and asked you, am I lovable? You'd be like, oh my God, you are the most lovable. You deserve all the love. So you can come to yourself in that same way. Oh, you tired? We got a tired baby. Okay, I'll be back. We left off at I am lovable. So when you really start to cultivate the knowing that you are lovable, you recognize more of your true nature as love, as a loving being, as having the ability to be love and radiate love and become what it is that you feel inside. Really, everything just leads back to love over and over and over again. That's, love. And then, of course, we live these lives here on earth, action. Do the things, do the thing. Be patient with yourself. Be patient. And there's no real timeline to anything. I was listening to Ram Dass's book, Being Ram Dass, the newest one, that came out after he left his body a couple years ago. And his timeline, I guess I never realized it. I mean, I knew he taught for years and years and years and years, but listening to the book, it put things in perspective for me that, certain things didn't happen for him until he was 65 years old, 70 years old. He lived till he was 80, I forget how old he was, 88, 89. And even these cards, they're Louise Hay, her cards. And she didn't write You Can Heal Your Life until she was 50 years old. So there's no timeline as to when and how and why things happen. So I think it's really just trusting each step of the path, knowing that you'll be cared for, and that you can just always choose love over and over and over again. I told you that it would be spliced together today. So Joshua is watching Juliet while I continue with our video in the car, nonetheless. Things got a little bit, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the schedule got a little bit messed up today with who was watching the baby and the store. So, flexibility, it's all good. Moving on with these cards. So, the theme is obviously love. It just always seems to be that way when you study anybody that has had, a fuller spiritual life, that everything always leads back to love. And all the stuff sprinkled in between that leads us to love, that keeps us grounded in love, that reminds us to return to our heart. That's the theme of yoga, really, especially the bhakti path of yoga, of service and the heart. And remembering our divinity and becoming that. Remember, it's the being love, the radiating love and compassion that we strive sort of to, through the practices of stilling the mind, of purifying the mind, the body, connecting with the soul. So this card is interesting. So these are Louise Hay cards. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. I feel like they're a good companion to the book, You Can Heal Your Life, which is part of our essential reading and yoga teacher training. I believe that you all have that book. But this card says, I release the need to control my life. Imagine. I release the need to control my life. How many of you, me included, have this tendency to try to control everything? Only to find that we do not control very much at all. Even bathroom urges. Oh my God. So this says, what you control the most causes you the most pain. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go of trying to control your life. In the Vedanta, which is one of the oldest texts, there is a passage that I'm going to loosely paraphrase. And it is about the enlightened person can be constantly engaged in activities, yet attached to nothing. Releasing the need to control. Doesn't mean don't do anything, right? Release the attachment to outcome. We don't control that. We know. I mean, if you think back of the timeline of your life, did anything turn out to be exactly how you imagined it? Something's better, something's worse, something's not at all. Releasing, relinquishing that need to control, being here now, doing the work, because we're doing the work. We're chopping the wood, we're carrying the water, right? That is the bringing our mind to one point of concentration allows our cups to be empty and allows them to fill with grace. Moving on. This one's an interesting one to touch on, and it is part of a yogic lifestyle, and one that I would like to talk about a little more deeply. I guess I kind of avoid it in a way because I don't want to offend people. This is a pretty hot topic sometimes of how to eat. You know, everybody thinks that they know the best way to eat, the best diet, the fads, the whatever. So it's kind of an interesting topic, but to simplify it, usually when living a true yogic lifestyle, we lighten up on the food. We eat less meat, a lot of times vegetarian. So this card is, I nourish myself. Decide that today you will eat only food that loves you. You know better than anyone what is best for you. Right? So here and now, decide today what food you will eat, and eat only food that loves you. So how does your body respond to food? Notice that when you know how your body responds to food, what it responds well to, what it responds not well to, how you feel when you overeat, how you feel when you undereat, how you feel when you eat lighter, when you eat in season, when you eat, just different ways. But yogically, I will say, just kind of science. We'll just go with facts right here. When you're trying to purify the mind, purify the body, then there's something called a sattvic diet. A sattvic diet is lighter. It typically includes rice and maybe some types of vegetables. It does not include meat. It is a vegetarian lifestyle. It's much, much less probably than most of us eat on any given day. And I will tell you, I've practiced this many times on and off throughout the years, and I feel better when I eat that way. Bottom line, I just do. I don't necessarily stick with it. I eat meat right now. I know my body, my mind, and my heart wants me to be a vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for 10 years. I will go back to that because I know it's more in alignment. It's just not easy to do right now. I don't know why. That's an excuse, but that's just where I'm at, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I know that when I eat a sattvic diet, which is very light foods, a yogic Ayurvedic diet, that's seasonal, it's light, it's maybe once a day, fasting from time to time, warm lemon water in the morning, certain herbs that help to balance my body, my digestive system. The digestive system holds like 80% of our immune system. So when our digestion is working and functioning properly, our immune system is very high. We need less sleep. Our mind is clearer. We feel more connected to our hearts. Our nervous system functions properly. Our hormones, everything functions much, much better. We're not bogged down. Do I believe in cleanses? I do believe in cleanses. I do believe in specific kinds of cleanses, nothing that is a fad. They're very ancient, tried and true. And really it's about, again, purifying the body, not to lose weight or anything like that, but to release. Our fat cells actually hold on to emotions. So it helps to release emotions, and it helps to just rebalance the body. So we want to get it back closer to our original state. So that could be a deeper thing that we get into at another time, maybe a workshop. And maybe we do a group cleanse. I actually just ordered a 14-day cleanse. When I say ordered, it's just specific Ayurvedic herbs and khichdi, which is a rice and bean mixture that you can add some vegetables to. And it follows a certain timeline over the 2 weeks that purifies like one organ at a time, helps to just rebalance the body. And I do think it's important. I don't think that we get everything from our food unless we're eating a certain way in our body, and we've always eaten that way. So if you're like me, you have spent time eating, poorly, and that does build up in the body. We have environmental toxins, we have emotional, mental toxins, so things that we ingest through our eyes, our ears, and obviously our mouth. So our body holds on to that stuff. We don't live in a completely pure environment anymore. So I do believe that it is in our best interest to purify every now and then to eat purely. And then if we're just starting this, I could just go on. I'm not gonna go on and on. Just know that that's that. So today, make some nourishing choices for your nutrition. And because this is yoga teacher training, extend that out into your practices. What will you or will you not allow into your vision, into your ears, into your private, personal universe, right? What will you allow or not allow today? Be a little bit picky with that and see how it feels. Another mirror exercise. Life loves me. It says life loves us all. Look at yourself in a mirror, breathe in and say, life loves me. Breathe out and smile. which is very Thich Nhat Hanh Buddhist. And then repeat that 10 times, nice and slow. I express my gratitude. This card is very crummy because I must have had it out multiple times over the years. I express my gratitude. Make gratitude your spiritual practice today. Sounds familiar? Ready? Start with, good morning, bed. Thank you for being so comfortable. I love you. The more you express gratitude, the more you will find to be grateful for. I express my gratitude. Good morning, bed. Remember, oh, my pillows. I'm so grateful for my pillow. I'm grateful for waking up today. I'm grateful that I have another moment in time to be present. Another moment in time to create a more loving world and to live through my heart. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. When you feel like crap, turn toward gratitude. It may not change in that very moment, but the more that you practice, then things will reflect. So you have to stick with all this in good times and in bad times. I trust that life wants the best for me. I trust that life wants the best for me. Pay attention to how your life is unfolding. Notice how life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. That's interesting. It doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Because all of life is our teacher. This life is our curriculum. We're here to learn. We're here to learn how to live through our hearts, how to love, how to trust, how to let go, how to follow one step at a time and release our attachment, and to be here now, to be present over and over and over again. And we know, you know, that your yoga practice does that, your meditation practice does that, and there's all these little intricacies that you've been learning over these months that help you to develop that deeper and deeper. So life lives through us. Like we are a reflection. Everything we can learn, we can make better choices. Like, it's a beautiful thing to be able to look back over the course of your life and see what has happened for you and how you've responded, how you've reacted. And that you can, like, every moment is a choice. And again, the integration of the practices that every moment is a choice. We can choose love over and over and over again. We can choose to be helpful. We can choose to be of service. We can let go of outcomes, let go of attachments, and just live in love and live in curiosity and live in awe of the beauty of all of it and all the emotions that go with it, and observe the emotions and how they rise and fall in our bodies, in our minds, and do our best to treat our mind and body as a temple by making better and better choices, and knowing that that brings us back and closer to our divinity all the time. I think that's it. So I'll either see you on the next Wednesday that we're supposed to meet, or I'll be in touch about an extra meeting somewhere. I know that the nights, the 7 p.m. time for me is getting, it's this time of year where everyone just wants to be outside. Hopefully you feel the same way. Let me know. So it'll either be that next Wednesday, so in 2 weeks at 7, or you'll hear from me about another day and time. And maybe we try to do one in meeting. I know for those of you that cannot do, in person, for those of you that can't do in person, we can Zoom you in no matter what, so don't worry. But please reply to this. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear your words, and I want to hear your actions in response to these cards, the Life Loves You cards, and the the integration of that with your yoga teacher training. And of course, any questions that you have about the physical practice, any part of the practice, please feel free to reach out and ask me. I'm always here. So enjoy your evening. Enjoy this time. And I will see you soon. Namaste. Last little splice here that I wanted to mention. For those of you that don't know, I don't claim to be the authority on anything, but I will tell you as far as nutrition goes that I did my graduate degree in holistic wellness, and a huge part of that was holistic nutrition. So when I talk about nutrition and Ayurvedic wellness, it comes from a place of study and experience. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not just throwing stuff out there based on my opinion. I mean, I obviously mix in my opinions with everything that I do. It's my opinion, it's my experience, and it's my study. Nothing is really a whim that I throw out there. Just wanted to clarify that. Okay. Namaste.